Alright, welcome to the show, everybody. Riftlabs 128 player tournament finished. It was an absolutely amazing tournament. A lot of players did amazing, and we saw amazing lists. Every legend was there. We saw Timos, Jinx, Volley Bears, you name it. Great tournament. I thought it was very well broadcasted. It was beautiful broadcasting, in my opinion, experience. It was a little bit slow, took a little bit too long in my opinion, but the actual event was gorgeous. And I mean, it was a great testament to what Riftbound is about to become. I mean, this is something to be absolutely excited about as a competitive player. I wasn't able to play, I had work, but I was able to watch a lot of the games. Today we're going to discuss the top 8. We're also going to watch the finals. Later on I'll upload another video for you guys. Here's kind of the bracket and how it kind of lined up in the end. This is all on Twitter, guys. Found a lot of this from Riftbound decks. But yeah, basically these names, you're probably going to see a lot of these names in the future. And yeah, I expected to see Tog here. I guess he wasn't able to show up in the top. What is this, 32 or 16? Looks like it's top 16. But yeah, I got the top 8 decks here from Riftbound decks. We're gonna look at it starting from number 8 here. We got the beautiful Master Yi. It's a tough matchup against 𝐂𝐍𝐍𝐄𝐓. It's doable. You gotta play 3 Undying or Unrelenting Spirit. Unfortunately, because the meta, you can't assume you're playing against 𝐂𝐍𝐶 every single time. So I understand why this guy put it in the side deck. But in my opinion, this is a 3-off in main, because 𝐂𝐍𝐶 is what, 25 to 50% of the meta, and you're really having a really bad time against her. You always have one extra standing rune, and Defy is very low value when it comes against 𝐂𝐍𝐶. Versus Undying or Unrelenting Spirit here. Unrelenting Spirit versus Defy, the value is unbelievably insane. But I get what he does. I think against 𝐂𝐍𝐶 he just switches the Defies into Unrelenting Spirit. But in my opinion, there should be 3-offs. If you want, just put the Defies in the side deck, which is obviously horrible. As we can see, Wind Wall, Sabotage, and the Unrelenting Spirits in the side deck. Really nice to side into in the, once you know what you're playing against. But yeah, you want to play the main deck, which is a bunch of small units, 2 cost, that you buff them up with On Guards and Disciplines. You also have to play the Charm at 3. He's playing the Primal Strength here at 3, and also his Protector at 3, so maybe prioritizing pushing that card out. Very similar to what the Chinese are doing. This is very successful. They're very good. 3 off of every card in his deck. Pretty amazing to see, actually, that he was capable of doing, accomplishing that, with that singular mastery. And then we have amazing battlefields. The Obelisk of Power is his battlefield of choice. I presume going second, you can get out that Qiyana turn 1, which is pretty nice, I guess. But yeah, a pretty solid top 8 deck. Mastery is doing really good work, guys. I think if 𝐂𝐍𝐶 is really heavy in the meta, the Undying Spirit has to be in the main deck. You can also throw in that Sabotage somehow. It feels really strong. I guess not in Yi necessarily. It feels better in other orange decks like Set and maybe even Lee Sin. But yeah, I see why you would put it in the side deck, maybe against a matchup that you're kind of strong and that you can get rid of the Defies. You can put that in there, but you don't need the Undying Spirit. Makes total sense. Moving on, we got number 7 here, another Yi. Let's look at the difference. This one is playing the Wind Wielder, which becomes a 4 might by itself. He's also playing that gear, gets a +1 when anything is defending by itself. So a lot of his units are basically doing the same thing. They're trying to stand by themselves and defend. But this one is able to actually put his Wind Walls in the main deck. He sacrificed the White Flame Protectors. Instead, he went for the Misfortune Blitzcrank. Completely different deck building process, actually. I think Blitzcrank does not actually, how do I say this, complement the deck very well. Because you want to defend alone, and Blitzcrank wants to land on battlefields that are conquered. But I guess the idea is that you play him when you conquer that battlefield, so you can play him eat a unit and then move your other unit backwards. Maybe that is the idea. I would assume that is the actual idea, is once you've conquered the battlefield, you just play him next after that and then pull out your unit. So he can just sit there by himself. He becomes a 7 might, which is absolutely huge. Almost nothing is going to go against it. I mean, that's 100% a falling star. You have to hit it with it. And I see that this actually is playing the Wind Wall in the main deck. So prioritizing the 𝐂𝐍𝐍𝐄𝐓 matchup potentially, or the Grand Stratagems. Also his Undying Spirit is in the side, Sabotage is in the side, and some Primal Strengths are in the side. I like the Primal Strength in the side. It's a good option to kind of throw in if you need it, if you don't need it. If you don't need to be an attacker, if you can just kind of defend your way out of this, then yeah, you really don't need it. Very interesting option to have. Moving on, another Master Yi. 6th place here, guys. Obviously the On Guard Charms. This one's running Rune Prison, which is interesting. It's also running these hiddens, which I don't think are necessary. I think they're taking a little bit too much of your, you know, runes, which is not a big problem for Master Yi necessarily, but it could slow you down from getting out that protector. We got the first mint, obviously. Oof, he's playing 3 Primal Strength, so maybe this Master Yi really likes to get into an attack, or he expects showdowns a lot. And then we got the Qiyana only at 2. This is a very interesting choice. He went for Snapvine at 3, but Qiyana at 2. Not really prioritizing the Qiyana. Interesting choice. This is the first Master Yi deck that I see that Qiyana is at 2. We got Anivia here in the side. Oof, interesting. I wonder how successful this was for him and what matchups this actually succeeds in the most. I would assume Anivia dealing 3 is really good against Darius. Maybe. Yeah, that's possible. It's possible Darius is kind of a tough matchup against us, especially if he Hidden Blades us or he Cult of Weeks us. And I can see that the Anivia can be a little bit of a comeback card. And a couple of Zhonyas in the side, very interesting choice, and the Undying Spirit in the side for the 𝐂𝐍𝐍𝐄𝐓. We've expected that, we come to expect that. And this one is actually running Star Stripe Speak. I mean, all Master Yi is doing is defending. He's a holder, he's a defender. And therefore everything you want is to be a defending thing. And because you've grabbed all your draw a card battlefields, you're gonna go for the rune. Makes sense. I don't think it's necessary. I think you could just play the Obelisk of Power and get the same effect off of it early game, you know what I mean? If that's what you're after, if you're after runes, I guess you could just play the Obelisk of Power. Basically it gives you the same thing, but it gives it to you very early. It does give it to your opponent, but I mean, you could kind of utilize it a little bit better than him. But yeah, I'm not sure what the game plan here is, but it's definitely another battlefield that you can definitely choose. I mean, it's a really solid battlefield that Master Yi will be able to utilize. Yeah, and then we're also seeing a lot more of these gears, and they're very successful, so it's nice to see that. Okay, we see set here. 𝐂𝐎𝐍𝐶 got 5th place. 𝐂𝐎𝐍𝐶 did really good this tournament, guys. Many games we watched, he actually kind of, kind of made it by the skin of his teeth, but set is prevailed to showcase that it's a very, very strong actual card. Look, he has the orange set in the side, which is interesting. He actually just mained the yellow set, which is also very interesting. I don't know why. Maybe he just assumed all the 𝐂𝐍𝐶s are used to this set, and therefore he would completely destroy them with this, because this becomes a 7 if it moves to a battlefield while it's buffed by itself. And that's a very awkward number for 𝐂𝐍𝐶 to play around. 𝐂𝐍𝐶 can play around 6, but cannot play around 7. Therefore, and if you can't kill it, you're gonna have to sacrifice a unit, and if the set is buffed, he's just gonna come back to base. Therefore, it's a very big sacrifice for you as a 𝐂𝐍𝐶. So I think this is why he played the set in the main. I think he just assumed that there's going to be a ton of 𝐂𝐶s, and I mean, as long as set survives, it doesn't matter which one of them survives, really, to be honest with you. Both of them are very strong. This one can become 7 by itself, or 8 if there's another one next to it. This one can become 8 as well. but it just this one keeps getting buffs. This one, you know, as long as it's buffed, it just, you know, you buff it again, and it just keeps getting 8. So they're very similar to each other, and I think this one is just better in a 𝐂𝐍𝐍𝐄𝐓 heavy meta. I think that's the idea here. So, I've played against him. I think that's what he told me. He told me he really likes this one against 𝐂𝐍𝐍𝐄𝐓. Sabotage at 3. We've got the Cytheria, Hidden Blades, the Challenge. Of course, this is just a regular build. The Kraken's at 2. Call to Glory at 3. You have to play Call to Glory at 3. So broken. Only 2 Qiyana, so he opts away from the value of the Qiyana to go heavy invest into it. Even though I think if his idea was that 𝐂𝐍𝐍𝐄𝐓's big in this meta, you would go for more Deflect, but I guess Deflect is not that effective against 𝐂𝐍𝐍𝐄𝐓. And, you know, you want things that give you value immediately. You want the Snap Vines, you want the Kinku Monks. If you die to a 𝐂𝐍𝐍𝐄𝐓, you want to either have buffs on you or have already gained the value you needed from that card. And Qiyana is literally completely anti that idea. It's like the antithesis of that idea. So it makes sense that you would only play 2 of her, and instead just kind of prioritize pulling this guy out at the right time and buff him correctly and just kind of keep him alive as long as possible. We've got 3 Leonas. What an interesting choice. I don't know how the testing went for this Leona. He's never played it against me. I've never seen this in a set deck. What an interesting choice. I guess maybe against Master Yi, this is really strong. Maybe, yeah. I would assume this is just really strong against Master Yi, which gains really strong advantages early. I'm guessing that's it. I can't think of another card, another deck that this would be really strong against for a set. I guess every other deck, I mean, every deck, the stun is going to hurt it, but I would assume this is literally just for the Master Yi matchup, and there was a lot of Master Yi. So this is really smart deck building. I would say 𝐂𝐎𝐍𝐶 is probably one of the best sets in the game already. He's played that a lot, and he understands it very well. The battlefields are the ganker. I think the ganking is the right battlefield. I don't think you want to go obelisk. I think you go ganking. You just gain so much value from this, and it opens up so many opportunities. And not a lot of the legends can actually take really good advantage of this. Like, not a lot of... Like, Victor, for example, is not going to be able to take very strong advantage of the ganking unless the battlefields are empty. Usually, he's very weak at fighting and taking hold of positions. And therefore, ganking is actually not that effective against you, whereas you can use it really well. So that's the idea behind ganking. Also, of course, you're going to get the holding one. This is your only way to draw cards. So you need to draw cards. So this is the rest of your battlefields. The rest of your battlefields are any way to draw cards. That's basically what you're doing, because you have no other way to draw cards. But yeah, very interesting deck building. The wall up at 3 works really well with this set. So that's why we see in the side deck, whenever you shift into the set, you put the wall up at 3. He's only played 1 arena bar, which is very interesting, because whenever it came out, in which it came out in his last game, 𝐂𝐍𝐶 round 2, or I forget, it was round 1, I don't know, we broadcasted it. It gave him a lot of value. It allowed him to keep his Qiyana's alive, allowed him to keep his Trifarians alive, even after they've died, which is actually showcasing how strong the arena bar is. And maybe it's a sideboarding card. Anyways, a lot of great ideas for the set building deck. 𝐂𝐎𝐍𝐶 is one of the best builders, in my opinion. So this is a great deck and has a lot of thought process going behind it. It's very strong. We got a Volibear in the top 4, which is unbelievable. A lot of people don't believe in this deck. They really don't like it, but I really believe in it. It's an extremely strong deck. I don't know if this is a Dazzling Aurora deck. I mean, it is in the side deck, so maybe it's not necessarily, but I guess he only pulls it out against anything except yellow. Not really sure why this is in the side deck. I guess he doesn't want to show it early on, so the opponent just immediately sides in all of his gear removal. That's my only guess here, but yeah, it's definitely a Dazzling Aurora deck with a bunch of really big guys. The Dead Bloom just taking the game. I'm just wondering here. I mean, Call the Week is actually not very effective, especially with the Captain and the Vise. You got the Snapvine to get early advantage. You also play the Darius. No 𝐂𝐿𝐓s though. So you could go Sabotage Darius, Darius Challenge. I mean, there's a lot of options here. Interesting. I mean, this is a very strong deck. I think this guy showcased Volibear very well. A lot of cards, playing a lot of... It's not only just big cards that just rely on Dazzling. It makes sense that Dazzling is another option in here because he's really playing a lot of mid-game stuff. So as long as he gets to the mid-game really early, which is why we see the Mobilize, and probably we see Obelisk of Power and all this slowing down the game stuff. Once he gets to the mid game, this actually becomes a very strong deck that's extremely hard to beat. A bunch of huge units coming out one by one, and after the support of the Dazzling, just becomes OTK basically. It's kind of tough to play around if you don't have big removal, which a lot of decks don't. 𝐂𝐍𝐍 doesn't have a huge removal. It's not going to be able to deal with this. This is actually an anti-𝐂𝐍𝐍 meta deck, you know. Mastery doesn't have the capability of removing this. Now Mastery is pretty fast, might be able to end game very quickly, but it's gonna need to rely on Rune Prisons and stuff like that to win the game because this is very tough. And yeah, actually this is basically an anti-meta deck. This is very strong because it's an extremely mid to late game, mid-range to late game deck that can really play out very big units very quickly and gain huge advantages because it's Volibear. This is kind of scary. I wish we watched any of it. I think we will showcase something of it. We got a top 3 Master Yi. Let's look at it. This is only one Sunlit. Guardian. Qiyana is at 3. There's some White Flame Protectors. We were playing the gear. And yeah, pretty solid Master Yi list. This one is also playing the Rune Channeling Battlefield. Spirits Reforged though here at 3. So what it does is it buffs you, and then I think everything that's buffed it has Deflect. Obviously in a 𝐂𝐍𝐍 heavy meta, this is very good. Also we're seeing another 𝐂𝐍𝐍 tech card, the Undying Spirit. And then not sure what these are for. I don't know if they're for 𝐂𝐍𝐍 or not. But solid deck. I mean, I'm surprised that it made it to top 3. I'm surprised that so many Master Yis are making it to top 3 against 𝐂𝐍𝐍's. Because when I play against 𝐂𝐍𝐍, it usually high rolls against me, and one Falling Star, one Void Seeker, and one Icathian Rain absolutely destroys me. Sometimes I can never come back from that. I'm surprised that Master Yi can actually make it to top 3. Maybe I'm just a really bad Master Yi player, but I've never been able to beat 𝐂𝐍𝐍. But yeah, I think that's what the Undying Spirit is for. You really heavily rely on that to kind of get rid of the damage. You really remove Defy, I believe, in the 𝐂𝐍𝐍 matchup for it. Finally, we got Darius here in 2nd place, and we got 1st place in a minute. This one is running the Baited Hook gear, which a lot of people were hyped for. We saw a great showcasing of this. He actually baited hook a lot of his recruits as well, which was great. This one's running a lot of seals though, which makes sense because he wanted to use and utilize baited hook every single turn. Also playing that Grand Stratagem, you don't want to fall too far behind, makes total sense. This one played 𝐂𝐍𝐍, Darius, and the Vayne all at 3. A lot of strong red cards. Red, in my opinion, has extremely strong champions, and he was able to utilize the strength of all of them to help him get to 2nd place. We're gonna actually look at that game, the set versus the Darius game here in a bit. But we got Trifarian, Glory Seeker, the Daring Poro, the Hidden Blade, the Cleave. Cleave works really well with the Darius. You pull it out when you have Cleave in hand. Now you got a huge attack coming out, 7. Actually a 10. Darius, once it lands on the board, it's very hard to remove it. It's huge. And then we got one back-to-back, which is very interesting. Call the Weeks here on the side, and this Thunderberg or Thunder Song, this guy that just shuts down all decks. I guess this is against the 𝐂𝐍𝐍. Not really sure. It's just I don't have a lot of experience with the Darius, but it looks like a very solid deck that basically throws out a lot of recruits, gets a small advantage early on, builds it with the Darius, Draven, Kai'Sa, and Vayne combo, and then ends the game with the recruits and everything he has left with the Grand Stratagem. Very solid deck. We got the Triferian showing that he wants to play a lot of small units. The America's Greatest, I call this America's Greatest, the Arena's Greatest. It's yeah, basically you're just trying to win the game as fast as possible. And then you got the Candlelit Sanctum. You're conquering so much, you're actually utilizing this a little bit more than your opponent, especially with all the cards you have, Kai'Sas and stuff. In my opinion, it's a bad card, but because you're ending the game so fast that the opponent is not going to be able to take really good advantage of this. And that's the only way I believe Candlelit is good, is in really aggro decks. Besides that, I think Candlelit is giving a lot of advantage to the opponent that you should not really give. But it's a really nice deck. And finally, we got the #1 first place set for one of the biggest Riftbound tournaments that we've seen yet since the release of the Chinese game in China. Vendoroti was able to take the whole win. Set is a huge monster. This one was able to play 3 sets and actually take over. Let's look at the list. I'm assuming there's going to be 12 2 costs, which it is. Cytheria, Pit Rookie, the Daring Poro, and the Triferian. You have to play something turn 1 or you ought to lose the game. We also are running the Arena Bar. First mate here at 3. It gives you huge advantages, allows you to move the set very quickly and does a lot of work. Or move him around a little bit more than once, especially when you have ganking. First mate becomes a huge asset for you in ganking boards. Oh, this one doesn't run by ganking boards. Interesting. We got the Kinku, the Qiyana, and the Fiora. So this one is also utilizing Qiyana and Fiora. Very strong cards. Buffing both of them, getting huge utility. I was always thinking about that. I was like, Fiora is really good in Kai'Sa meta. It becomes a really nice number. It has deflect, it has ganking, so really strong cards, and I mean I can buff it easy. So yeah, this deck was able to utilize both of the Qiyana and the Fiora, which is really nice to see. In my opinion, sometimes Fiora even feels better to play than Qiyana, but who doesn't like drawing? Am I right? It's just that not losing that power is very valuable early on sometimes. We got Noxian Enforcer here. I forget what's her name. Noxian Drummer. Oh, the Drummer. Interesting. Yeah, I've played against this. It's an interesting tech card that usually sideboarded and set. It's an interesting way to kind of gain an advantage, then go backwards and still threaten to hold that point, force the opponent to move forward, and then go back in and attack him. It's a very interesting idea, and it kind of actually leaves a lot of pressure on the opponent, because the opponent always has to come back and conquer that one point, or basically the opponent always has to come forward. It's actually a very, very strong pressuring tech card. We're also running Cannon Barrage, which is very interesting. I guess if we're fighting so much with the Noxian Drummer, this is really good. And then finally the Anivia, and this is all for certain bad matchups in my opinion. Like what? Like the Victor? Like the Darius? We'll see. We'll see if he sided the Anivia in the Darius match. We're gonna watch it here in a bit. But this is actually very interesting. We got the conquering. Every time you hold here, all your conquering things pop off, which is really good for Qiyana. Let me see anything else that's really good for. Oh, it's also really good for the set. Okay. We also have Vilma's Lair, which is very strong. Nothing can come back from this. Interesting that he chose that, because he has no way to pull his units backwards. Oh, I guess they just die and he revives them. Interesting, very interesting. He moves the Cytheria forward, it just dies and he revives it. And then we also have that draw effect. A lot of other people just want to get the draw off, but this one opted to get the conquering card so he can gain off that extra buff or extra card here. Very interesting tournament, amazing gameplay, really well run in my opinion. Took a little bit longer than usual, but really cool graphics, really gorgeous running. I would love to see more of these tournaments in my opinion. They were gorgeous. And yeah, interested in your opinion, guys. What do you think? What do you think about the top 8, guys? Let's jump in and actually watch the tournament, though. We're gonna watch the finals.
Vendorti has been playing
We already looked at their decks. Let's go in. Let's go in and watch this. Wow, they showcase everything. Let me move here. All right. One more thing. There we are. Okay. All right, guys. Here's the tournament. We got, what is it? Vendorti versus Prismaticism. Darius versus Seth. Darius playing 12 2 costs. 100% he's going to pass. He's not going to pass that first turn. He's going to be able to play a 2 cost card. We're seeing double Poro because Darius is able to create out of thin air, just like God, energy. And we get 2 Poros off, which is actually spelling huge danger to the set. Let's see how the set's going to deal with it. He moves into the Cithria, gaining huge advantage from the Candlelit. Why would you do this, Darius? Why would you play Candlelit? Look at the value gained by Seth here. Wow, Seth is very happy to see the Candlelit, and he actually opts to recycle both. So thank you, Darius, for playing Candlelit. We appreciate you. Popping off, getting that Poro. Now we're actually protected because we're buffed as Cithria. Are we going to get another unit out? We should, because we are playing so many 2 costs. And yes, there it is. This is a perfect start. This is actually a perfect start for the set. And he's popping off. Let's go, baby. Let's see how Darius wants to respond. He's going to be able to conquer both these boards, which is going to be really nice for the Darius here. I don't think Seth has any way to respond, but my idea is, what I want to see is, how is he going to develop for next turn? What is he going to opt into? Is he going to try to push off the Legion? Or is he going to do something amazing and surprising that we've never seen before? Starting with the Candlelit conquering. Huge value here, allowing you to get rid of those 2 cards that you really don't care for. And are we just going to play a big 6 cost card? Or are we going to play 2 3 cost cards? What are we going to do here? Give it to me, Darius. Give it to me. I've actually not seen a lot of Darius. This is a really great gameplay for me to watch. And what we're going to do here to help us out is just gonna create some cinema magic. You know? Are you with me, guys? You don't have to see the ropes. Alright, there it is. We got the Manufacturer, and not necessarily the Legion, but we still created a lot of recruits here this turn. For some reason, we didn't conquer. Can somebody tell me why? I guess we want to save our small Poro. Very interesting. Now, the Poro eats a Poro. If a Poro eats a Poro, does he cook him or does he grill him? Or does he eat him raw? I'm not really sure. I would assume he just like kind of grills him, right? Are we gonna be playing Baited Hook next turn? We'll see. But for now, Seth, is he gonna pull out his set? Usually he doesn't pull out his set. Set's not getting pulled out unless it's protected, but this set actually protects itself. So it's a really good value play for next turn to kind of set up a protected set that nobody can really respond to, and is always protected as long as you cannot pull the card forward, which is impossible for yellow. Yellow-red has no way to kill that set right now. Maybe a Falling Star, but I don't believe this Darius actually runs that at all. Finally, Prismaticism is going to 2 points here. He decides, listen, I don't even like that other battlefield. I don't get to see my cards, so I'm gonna give it to you. You can go to 3. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna eat all your cards with my Poro. So Poro ate Poro 3 times this game, which is kind of we're one more Poro feast, Poro buffet away from the cops being called on us. And there it is, we're at 3 now. We actually conquered. I don't know what the difference in this turn is, but now we decide to conquer. We're gonna play Vayne here, we gain no real advantage from her, and then we're gonna play small Poro. It kind of feels like Darius is just kind of off of his curve. He's got a bunch of cards that he really cannot utilize because Set is not committing too much forward and is able to save all his units. So whenever we lose units, it feels bad. Whenever Set loses units, they don't feel that bad. And I'm sure that's a little bit terrible. Set conquers. Hidden Blade won't feel good here because Set will just revive itself, so we just opt to lose. Even though we were able to play that from hand, we opt to lose that. Conquering. We also lose the other conquering. It's very difficult to play around Set. I think it's going to be a #1 deck for a while. I know 𝐂𝐍𝐍 is a very popular deck, but in my opinion, it's really Set. Look at this. I mean, how can he respond to any of this? You have 2 units that are actually sitting there protected. Nothing can conquer them, and usually actually if you lose your set, you lose the game. So you know what Set does? He plays 3 sets. Literally, I've tested this out when I was playing against 𝐂𝐎𝐍𝐶 and other Set players. The moment any one of us loses their set, it kind of spells defeat. So what does Vindorti do? He says, no, listen, I'm never gonna lose my set because I'm gonna play all the sets. He plays 3 sets, and now we see the second one coming out. So it's a very difficult time for Darius, especially because he's behind on points. He needs to get ahead a little bit. He did go second, so he's automatically behind on points here, guys. And because he didn't conquer the early conquering, he's definitely solidified his negative, you know, bearing on this game. Let's see the response here. Vayne goes and conquers. Vayne can just come right back into the hand, so she's safe. Good option here to conquer. And there it is. We finally see his hand. I mean, it's a really bad hand, actually. We did see the Hidden Blade here. He just, like I told you guys, it feels so bad to play the Hidden Blade. Can you believe it, guys? And now we got a Hidden Blade. The set. Oh no, we Hidden Blade our own we Hidden Blade our own recruit so we can draw cards. Wow. That's absolutely amazing. And then we draw into the Legion and play it down. Unfortunately, guys, the Darius has not drawn a great hand. He wasn't able to utilize any of his actual... I don't know, he never pulled out his Darius even though the 𝐂𝐓 is in his hand. In my opinion, he just doesn't feel like... He needs to pull out this Darius to like end game or gain full control over the game, and Set doesn't allow that because every time he kills that Set just comes right back. So it's an extremely difficult matchup for Darius. Darius has definitely met his match here. And also Darius didn't draw the best cards. We really didn't see a lot of big options besides a bunch of Poros. So maybe it was a really bad draw. I'm not really sure what's happening. All I know is we're eating our own units just so we can draw at this point as Darius, whereas Set has 2 big sets totally buffed, and that will never lose their buffs ever, feels like. Completely safe. And these sets can be at 8 and 9 very easily. 8 and 12 very easily. We're gonna actually move our set back, are we? No, yeah, I mean, you could move your set back, and then, you know, once the Grand Stratagem is over, kind of just come back and call. I think you do move your set back, because you know Grand Stratagem is coming. No, I think this is wrong. Oh, this is kind of... Well, okay, she's safe, but it doesn't really matter because he can only save 1. Once Grand Stratagem is thrown out, he can only save 1, and he's always going to save that set. So it doesn't really matter that she's protected, but yeah, we're expecting here a Grand Stratagem turn. I don't see any other way out here for the Darius. But the problem is once that Grand Stratagem is played, it's going to suck a lot of our energy out. Okay, it's not Grand Stratagem. What is this? A Darius into Baited Hook. Yikes. In my opinion, this is not a game-ending play, and Darius is kind of at this point very, whatchamacallit, desperate. Definitely a desperate play here. Getting off that Darius just to gain some kind of an advantage, to gain that point, to get it off. But this, I just don't see us coming back from this, because we've just tapped all of our runes. We don't have any more runes. We just utilized 4 units to move forward just so we can kill one guy. So we're gonna have to lose maybe 2 big guys, which is horrible. All of that just so we can kill the set, and he just comes right back. So we lost 2 units and he didn't lose anything. All we did was gain a point, but it's a little bit too late for us, unfortunately. Sitting there, starting at 2nd place, solidified our game loss. Now this is a great play here. Darius comes out by killing the Poro, which is actually amazing. Or Draven, sorry. Draven comes out by killing the Poro and then gains that +6. I don't know how effective this is going to be though, because Seth is buffed. That means he's going to be at 8 easily. He's already at 8. He comes Conquer for free, gains that buff again. He's going to use it, and then he's probably going to first mate himself to come back, and then he's going to show stop himself to come right back forward. He's at 12 right now with a buff on him. And he's going to be able to kill everyone. Absolutely fantastic work here by the set. Game 1 is over. They're going to go ahead and side their cards. As you can see, we have an Anivia in the side deck. I want to see if Vendorti is going to utilize that Anivia. We also have Vendorti utilizing that Thunder Song. We will see if he's going to play that as well. Also, some of these Call of the Weeks might be really strong. Besides that, the salvage is not going to be very effective. Let's continue here and check out their mulligan. Their mulligan is starting off pretty strong. I mean, anytime you see salvage, it's really nice, because now you can actually see what you're playing against, which is one of the strongest effects in the game. We're going to opt to Noxian Drummer. Usually you don't want to recycle your runes too early, so we're always going to see these really good players, really competitive players, to opt into non-recycling plays early on, so they have more runes to play later. Draven, Darius goes into the Manufacturer, which is exactly the same play he started with last turn, but some reason he starts with immediately a Seal. And it's because he wants to gain that point and then kill his own unit so he can draw cards. That's why he played that Seal. Is Manufacturer gonna move on to the mall? I think this is what lost. I mean, already, guys, look at this. You see the advantage that first place, that you know, kind of the tempo advantage that going first gives you. Automatically, going first, you get a huge tempo advantage. Somehow, like right now, first place is actually taking control of the game. He's always gonna be ahead in points, so second place has to slow him down somehow. Let's see how effective Seth is going to be at slowing this game down. Hopefully this game is not Riftbound doesn't just turn into whoever goes first wins game. Let's see if second place, going second Seth can actually come back. We got a Cleaving Manufacturer. Oh, this is a great strategy move here. There's no real way for us to deal with this except with Call to Glory. This is huge, guys. Absolutely huge. What an amazing response there. Now we do lose that buff, but a Kinku Monk would just give us everything back. And there we are. We just flood our board. So it didn't really feel bad to lose that Manufacturer, because we just gained 4 units after that. Is Seth going to get buffed? Usually we're not going to move Seth unless we can buff him. I think Noxian Drummer is going to move back here. And I think, I mean, if we move Seth forward, we're going to have to buff him. And he just sits there for maybe a turn or 2. I don't think, I mean, if we're able to buff him. Oh, that's what it is. We're buffing him after we conquer. We're using the conquering to buff him, which is actually really smart. Even though he's stuck there, I mean, at some point he's going to die and we can just revive him after that. That's our way to bring him back. Very interesting. Now, let's see if we're going to pull out another set. Even if you have another set in hand, you always want to play the set out on the board first, because you don't want to give your opponent any information. Finally, we get the sabotage off. Gets to see a huge hand. It's actually not that huge. I think 4 cards, 3 to 4 cards. And we're gonna opt to get rid of that. What was it? Oh, he didn't have any more spells, did he? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We didn't see him get rid of any spells. That means he didn't have any. So I think Set feels very comfortable here, knowing that Darius, all he has is units, and that there's no crazy shenanigans. As long as he keeps the board, you know, ahead, he knows that he's always going to gain an advantage, because always Set is going to revive, whereas the units are going to die. As you can see here, both these units are going to die. Why didn't the Legion die? Oh, because the Daring Pour was at 6. I don't know why the Legion didn't die. I don't know why he didn't die. Oh yeah, because the Daring Pour was at 6. That's why he can only kill 1. Okay. We got a baited hook here. By killing the Legion who just conquered, we get to get out a Draven. Huge play here. This is really strong. The baited hook is really, really good, especially with the Draven. This is really, really smart. Let's see what else are we going to play here. We're able to play the Spectral if we want. Are we going to play the Spectral? Yep, we're going to play the Spectral here. Spectral is going to give us our Legion back, which is amazing value. Absolutely amazing. This is starting to feel a little bit unbearable here for the set. And with the baited hook, we just are guaranteed to get rid of these bad units that we don't need for better units, which is absolutely amazing. Qiyana's conquering. The problem is this is a points game, not a units building game. Yeah, your Grand Stratagem is great, but you're not at 6 yet. I'm going to get to 6 before you. Let's see the response here. Draven's not going to be able to slow this down. Noxian Drummer can just move forwards here. But I'm assuming he just doesn't want to lose that Noxian Drummer and would rather just gain that free buff and save his set like he did again. Oh, he's not. He's actually going to just challenge. What? Oh, he gets rid of his buff to become 8, then challenges the Draven, gets rid of him, then plays the Pit Rookie down to buff itself again. So now he's 100% safe again, but he was able to get rid of the Draven. I mean, the board on Darius' side was starting to look unbearable, but Set is so far ahead. Let's see how Darius is going to be able to come back from this. I mean, the problem with Set is he's not losing the advantage that he gained. He's not losing. He's not falling behind after losing his units. He's actually just staying ahead. He's staying even or ahead. Okay, we start with the baited hook. I think this is strong. This is the right way you go. You always start with that card. You get a fresh new card for a worse card. So yeah, definitely start with that. What are we gonna do here? I mean, fortunately, I don't think, besides Cleave, we really don't have options here. So we're gonna just have to run into this. Try to attack. Vayne gets assault +3, so she was at 5. She kills that Qiyana automatically. Gains that point. Now we're just gonna have to kind of bash heads into the Set, and then Set gets to just come back and respond. It's gonna be a little bit frustrating. I don't know how Darius is going to respond to this. I mean, it's potentially possible that Darius just keeps that Grand Stratagem in hand for the response turn and denying, you know, Set gaining any points that turn and automatically winning, because he's gonna be at 6. Let's see if this is what the idea that Darius wants to follow. But no matter what, if he comes forward, he's going to lose 2 units. Unless he comes forward with the Legion and the Spectral, he only loses 1. And then after that, he moves a recruit on both sides. Yikes, so we don't have a Grand Stratagem play. Oh man, this is really bad. Here we only lose 1 card, the Spectral for sure. Oh man, this is really bad, guys. We don't have Grand Stratagem. Oh, that's game. unfortunate. So we don't even get to game 3. Their set is going to be able to, with literally the whole game just playing with 5 runes, is able to completely survive the Darius onslaught. This one will be from, well, the problem is Showstopper is not going to allow him to use it. So let's see what the idea here is. Right now we have 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. It's just 14 against, I mean, that's 4, 8, 9, 10. We just need like 2 buffs. If we can get 2 buffs, we can spend 1 on set and we'll win that fight. But we don't want to just win that fight, we want to demolish that fight, so we need 2 buffs on set. Let's see if we can get them off. I don't think we can. It's a 𝐂𝐿𝐍𝐄 and a Showstopper. The problem with the Showstopper, well, I guess what you do is you go conquer. No, you can't. You just can't do it. You just can't do it, huh? I wish that was a ganking battlefield. I wonder, this is a great time to show us what's in the hand, Riftlabs. Oh, Seth says, you know what? I'm playing this game. Let's play the game. I'm gonna go and hold. And I'm ahead of you. So now you're going to have to come and try to respond to me. What are you gonna do? And I think this is the right play. Wow, we did have first mate. The problem is we didn't have enough runes. I think this is the right play. There's no way we can move all our units forward. There's no way Darius can actually come and conquer this big board. Darius made a huge mistake trying to overwhelm that one field, and I know what the idea was. Actually, he can't actually move back. That's 𝐂𝐿𝐼𝐓𝐇. Wow, he's completely stuck there. That's 𝐂𝐿𝐼𝐓𝐇's lair. He's completely stuck there, guys. He can't move backwards. So his Grand Stratagem is completely useless. Darius comes out. Vayne and Darius, they're at 7. 7 and... let me see. 7 and 5. So that's 12, 5, 6, 5, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it's 12 versus 12. Wow, he actually did it. No! There's the pit rookie right here. Oh, he didn't do it. Why are we going game 3? Oh no, he won. Wow. Wow, 𝐿𝐼𝐓𝐇 does it, guys. It was a tough matchup against for the Darius. Darius got stuck in the 𝐂𝐿𝐼𝐓𝐇's lair. Wasn't able to pull out away from that and did not have enough damage without the Grand Stratagem to end in that other battlefield. Set did really good. It's showcasing the strength of the set. Set is an extremely difficult deck to kind of manipulate and play around because he just revives all the units you're killing, so you're losing all the value, whereas the opponent is not. It's a very tough deck, and yeah, great tournament in my opinion. Interested in your opinions, guys. That was a quick 2-game play match. Let's see. Is there anything else? Oh, I do want to see the Volibear. Let's check out the Volibear. I do want to see the Volibear matchup. Alright guys, we got the Volibear here in the tournament. This was the semi-finals, actually. This was the top 4 play in the Riftlabs 128 player tournament, August 8th. Great showcasing, great tournament. Looked gorgeous, guys. Let's see what happens here. Volibear starting off the game very strong with that Captain Fur. Probably one of his strongest play. The Captain Fur can become really big. I think everything gets Assault 1 or Assault 2 or something. It's huge. Clockwork is a strong start for the Mastery. He just wants to conquer boards as fast as possible so he can defend them. Sabotage is played here by the Volibear. It's not gonna be... The thing about Volibear is it doesn't really fall back behind. Oh, there it is. We're getting defied early on. Very interesting. I wonder if this Mastery is gonna actually side deck the defy. But there goes the Sabotage. You're not gonna be able to gain advantage of it. We're gonna play a Berserk, is it? Or no? What is that? A Misfortune accelerated. So we can go and destroy that Clockwork, who's huge right now. He's by himself at 4. With the help of a Discipline on guard, he can go down up to 8. But right now we're at much more than 8. We're at 10 automatically. So no matter what, Clockwork can only kill 1 if we Discipline. We have to Discipline, so we are going to Discipline. And then we're going to be able to kill 1 of them. And I believe it's going to be the Captain, or... I mean, both of them are huge value. I think Misfortune, you kill it. Because Misfortune is too good. I think you kill Misfortune. Yeah. And then... Master Eastern. This is really bad for Master E. He doesn't have a unit to follow back with. And he's not conquered on the board. So now he's actually behind. The opponent is gaining a point advantage over him. Volibear gained a very quick point advantage over him. Drew an extra card over him because of that. What is that? Willow... Grove of the Gods, Willow, or whatever it is. So this is really detrimental for the Master E player. Master E, really, his hand is not that great with the Undying Spirit in hand. It's not gonna feel that good. We're gonna have to play that Kiana and hope to God that she survives. Also, Volibear's hand is not the greatest either. We see a lot of 2-offs of units that are not that valuable. Fortunately, Volibear is just going to have to play one of these 4 costs and then end his turn. It's going to be the Furrow, so he can gain back the power, recycle. Then he's going to end his turn. The Poro comes to conquer. You know, this is actually Master Yi's complete weakness. Is the thing about Master Yi is if he falls behind and he can't really conquer battlefields. That's not what he does. He defends battlefields. So if he falls behind, you can actually just sit on the other battlefield and win over. The problem is the Volibear is starting to do that way too early. It's a little bit too early to try to run this strategy of just holding another battlefield. Because now Master Yi can just build a board in the base and then try to conquer the Volibear. We'll see how this plays out. But yeah, that's what this Volibear is going to do. He's literally just going to play all his captains. Which I'm not sure how well he shoveled this deck. All his captains are on the board right now. And then there's a Buccaneer that's discarding cards. So he can be played for cheap. This is huge. I mean, I guess this is the strategy Volibear opted for. He said to Volibear saying to Master Yi, listen, we're going to play chicken. I know you can't come here. I know you're bad at conquering. Unless you have your flame protector, white flame protector, you cannot come at me and win this. So let's play chicken, baby. And I think I see it right now. Now we could play white flame protector. There's no white flame. What is this? There is the Master Yi. It's pulled out. I don't think it's gonna do anything this turn. Yeah, we could just slow down the pace right now. We just build a base and then we can attack into the Volibear. The problem is Volibear is also gonna do the same thing, building his own units and gaining a huge advantage against us. So this could be very scary. Let's see what people want to opt into doing. Come on, Master Yi, what are you gonna do? Volibear is just gonna build a board. He's just gonna keep stacking cards. Let's see. Another card. Now we can't even see the cards he's stacking over here because they're just going out of the board. So I don't even know what he just played there. Is that a Magmus? Holy moly, that's a Magmus. He just drew 9 cards. He just drew 5 cards. Oh yeah, that Master Yi just lost game automatically. Holy moly. Into Vi. Oh my god. This Volibear deck is insane. Oh my god. So we just drew 5 cards and then we played down Vi. Wow. Is that true? Is that what just happened? Yep. That's exactly what just happened. I believe that. I can't see it. I just gotta assume that's the Magma Dragon. That gives him a card for every 5 costs on the board. The Volibear is doing really good here. Master Yi opts to pull out his Poro, which is very interesting. I guess because of the ganking ability, this is really smart. We play the Hidden Cub in the back and then pass. Now we have a way to protect the Master Yi, because we have all our standing ruins. We do know that Master Yi has 2 on guards in hand. Oh, unfortunately, he's gonna show it all off. Wow, this is huge. I believe if Volibear has Stormbringer or something, he's gonna have to remove the Undying Spirit. No, he just gets rid of one of the disciplines, which is not a bad idea. You get rid of one of the extra draws. Not the worst idea. But let's see. Now you know exactly how Master Yi is going to respond to you. What play are you going to play? Are you just going to keep stacking a board? Till now, we don't know what card he played on that side that cost 9. Has to be that Magma Dragon. What's the plan, Stan? How are we going to respond? Volibear plays down the Darius. Gains an advantage here. Is this the second card he's played? Yeah, because he played Sabotage. Yep. Vi is activated. Oh, we're coming in. We're gonna play against all that discipline on guards. This is huge. I don't know how much. What's the power of the Vi? I have no idea. Okay, 1 discipline goes off. We have to draw first. Then we can play the on guards. Oh, he just opts to not play the on guards. What? It was Vi that strong that 4 extra power would not have saved your Master Yi? Wow. That's incredible. Alright, now we play another Blazing Berserk. This is crazy because now we just solidified that we're going to conquer and win this game. Very hard for this Master Yi to respond to this. Master Yi is not an attacking deck. Without White Flame in hand, we cannot really build any kind of momentum. We did not see a White Flame in hand when that Sabotage was played. Unfortunately, I think this Master Yi is a little bit too far behind. It takes that Vi out. Comes back to try to fight the Berserk Dragon with the help of Qiyana. There is the what is that? Stormbringer. With the Undying, Unrelenting Spirit, saving the Qiyana. Absolutely amazing play there. And is Master Yi going to be able to make a comeback? Is there a way for Master Yi to conquer that battlefield on the side? I don't see it. Without the White Flame Protector, I don't see it. This is one of the final turns in the game here. Volibear is now at 7. Can he conquer the right side? I think he can. I mean, we have a Dead Bloom. We can just throw it down. Look at how many cards in the hand. We can also just Snapvine that Qiyana. There's 0 ability for our opponent to respond to a Snapvine. And then we can just win the game by conquering. The green has no ability to respond to Snapvine. Is that what we're going to do here? I mean, if you don't do that, then this is crazy. I don't know what you're doing. Oh no. Oh no, this is not Snapvine. This is the Dead Bloom. I think this is the wrong play. Let's see how successful this is. The problem is if the Qiyana survives here, now she's a 9 or an 8 or a 10. Oh, she doesn't survive. Never mind. Isn't that automatic defeat because now Magma just moves forward? Okay, GG. Oh, because of Aspirant! Oh no, Volibear's own battlefield might spell his own demise. Now we cannot win the game. Oh no, never mind. We concede. We concede. Alright, well, I guess Aspirant didn't really give any value there. Let's see, we have Dazzling Aurora here in the side deck. We might be able to see that. I don't know how effective the other cards will be. Also, Dead Bloom might actually help the Master Yi here. I think we're going to have to side that. Also, Sabotage will be a great play. Also, we might have to side some of those Undying Spirits. Not sure how valuable they are. But yeah, Sabotage, Dead Bloom, we're going to probably see some of that in the main deck. Let's go back. Now we got some action to go into this game too, guys. We got Mastery starting, of course. Volibear starting that game gave him huge momentum, but it doesn't matter. Even if he's second, first, third, 15th, he's always going to get the advantage with that Mobilize. Volibear has been able to consistently draw into that every single game. Really, really well for him. And also Mastery has been consistently able to draw into Clockwork, so that's really nice. Oh, starting off the Qiyana, this is huge plays. Qiyana is great value here for the Master Yi. Volibear can also play here Berserker Dragon, can play his captains. Last game he drew all three. And the captains are actually extremely strong. They give you some kind of power up. I forget, it's +2 or something, +1 assault or something like that. It's extremely strong power up. Pentastag, here's our Mastery. Okay, nice. Thank you so much for showcasing the hand. This is looking amazing for the Volibear. Volibear can start the game with his Buccaneer, and then next turn opt into the Dazzling, because he can actually gain an extra rune from that Volibear. Wow, this is huge play. This is huge. Now he did surrender the early game, so this would have been an amazing game for Aspirant. This is the game where Aspirant is the best at, but it's okay. Oh, you know what I just noticed? That Master Yi did not recycle a rune for Conquering. No way he recycled the rune for Conquering. He never recycled that rune for Conquering. Oh, this is huge, guys. We lost that Buccaneer. But we're gonna be able to play that Dazzling Aurora. The problem is we're so far behind. I don't know how effective this is. We're already down to 5 points. I mean, Master Yi was able to just take control over this game very quickly. Or we paid for that recycling of the arena, but we did not pay for the Qiyana recycling. I think. I could be wrong. Holy moly. Master Yi literally just... Master Yi says, it's your turn. I don't want to play anything. Oh my god. We have to play Sabotage. Are we going to get defied? No, we don't get defied. He gives us the Sabotage. There's Primal Strength. That's why he wants us to fight us. Oh my god. Volibear literally has to concede this game already. I mean, there's no way for him to come back from this. He's already 0-5. 0 to 5 points. Dazzling Aurora is not going to give him the value he wants. And, I mean, getting rid of that Primal Strength is nice. But not sure how effective that is. I mean, we do get that Qiyana removal. But this is not going to be great because Double Discipline can kill our Snapvine. That's why we had to remove the Clockwork. We can't attack the Qiyana. We had to remove the Clockwork, but Double Discipline would have killed our Snapvine. This is unbelievable, guys. This is a very scary position for the Master Yi to be in, but he might be able to pull this off. Moving forward with the Misfortune, he's going to be able to restand the Snapvine. And if he can pull off a Stormbringer, shooting that Qiyana down, he might have enough damage to kill her. And then the Dazzling Aurora will save the day. Let's see if this happens. Yeah, we conquer, restand the snap vine, gain that point, recycle. Don't you have to recycle? Why are they all forgetting to recycle when they conquer? Isn't that the recycling one? I'm 100% sure this is the recycling one. Maybe I'm wrong. There it is. I mean, it's kind of weird. You could have done it then go into a showdown, but it doesn't matter really. Him doing it during the showdown, him doing it before the showdown. As long as he doesn't do it after the showdown, everything is great. There's the discipline. Discipline might not be enough because double discipline will be though. No, that's not gonna do anything. He gives him the +3. Into a challenge. Now he's gonna lose his misfortune as well. So he loses misfortune just to, oh my god. But it's okay because we have the dazzling aurora. And dazzling gives us the blazing vortex. So even though it feels like we fell behind, we're still gaining an advantage with that dazzling aurora. As long as we empty the board, we're always ahead of our opponent because we have dazzling aurora. This is crazy. The Volibear fell back to 5 runes. This is unbelievable, guys. I mean, he fell back hard. This is unbelievable. What are we gonna do, baby? There's the Wind Wheelers. We're gonna play double Wind Wheeler. Sabotage again. We're gonna get rid of that gear. One Snap Vine, one Clockwork is not great, but it does kill that Blazing Vortex. We gotta be... Dang, this might be it. Master Yi might actually have exactly what he needs to kill us. Snap Vine killing that Blazing Vortex is not going to allow us to gain any advantage of taking over that board. And to be honest with you guys, unfortunately, there's the Darius. I mean, but the Darius is a little bit... too late. I mean, Master Yi doesn't have a great way to conquer that board. He's gonna have to play Snap Vine and then try to conquer. So I guess if Darius sits on that on the board next to Blazing Vortex, it will actually protect that battlefield. So let's see if that works. We have to slow down the Master Yi any way possible, any shape, way, form possible, even if it has to be by even like losing our own units. We have to slow down the Mastery and hope to God that Dazzling Aurora gives us the what is it called, the Dead Blooms we need. Wind Wheeler comes forward. Now we don't have, there's not a lot of cards in hand that can do a lot. We know there's a Snap Vine and a Clockwork. Starting with the Clockwork. Oh no, there it is, Primal Strength. This is huge. He just drew into Primal Strength, by the way. That is huge. That's game. That's back-breaking. Master Yi was able to pull it off, guys. There it is. Master Yi right now is at 7. There's no way for Volibear to come back from this. Except by an accelerated Blazing Vortex. But the guy's at 6. Yeah, you actually lose that fight. This is huge. Wow. Master Yi was able to kill the Volibear. Wow, that was huge gameplay. Master Yi did great there. Even though Volibear had the Dazzling Auroras, it was a little bit too slow. It was too slow for the Master Yi. Master Yi was doing amazing work catching up. So now Volibear is going to be first again. Aspirant, you know, would have been amazing there. Unfortunately, I mean, Volibear is having a great battlefield here for himself. Obelisk of Power is going to feel really nice. He is going against Velma, so it's a little bit scary for him. He doesn't have the maneuverability to play around that battlefield. But he's definitely feeling good and feeling at home with his Mobilize and Obelisk of Power. So he's going to be able to gain that, you know, utilize that first place, you know, going first really well. Master Yi doing the best he can to catch up Playing 2 costs. This is really strong start for the Master Yi. Volibear is gonna play Buccaneer potentially, or Blazing Vortex. We will see. Blazing Vortex is out. It's not accelerated. We're gonna just pass. I'm not sure how smart of a decision that is. I think the problem is Master Yi is not a conquering deck. It's a defending deck. So I think we do risk it and try to conquer with 5, in my opinion. Now that there's a Shield Puro on the board, we can't really deal with it. Let's see if Master Yi is going to defy this. I don't remember if he had defy. What's happening right now? Oh, he just... I guess he showed him the hand and just got rid of discipline. Nice. So now we know that Dead Bloom is in the hand. Let's see how we want to respond to this with the Volibear. Volibear needs to get the advantage as fast as possible. This is a bit scary. It's a little bit scary here. Discipline, what happened with Discipline was when Sabotage was played, Discipline was used in response to Sabotage. So we were still able to give the +2 and draw from it. So that's what just happened. Now Volibear has the ability to respond because he sees everything, everything written down. There's no more runes standing up, so he can come forward on the Obelisk power. The problem is that Pora right now is by itself at set 5, and his Blazing Vortex is exactly 5. Oof! Huge! Playing off the Dead Bloom, because before the opponent can actually play off his Dead Bloom. Huge! Knowing that there's no discipline, no way for the Master Yi to actually come back from this. This is actually huge. Oh no, I don't think this is right. I do not think this was right. I don't think you need to do this as Master Yi. Oh no, I think you need to actually battle off for the second battlefield, because you're actually, sorry, as Volibear, you cannot do this because Volibear is behind on points. You're actually gonna need to try to win this game by conquering the other battlefield. You can't just hold on to this one. You were not ahead like you were. But nice strategy, Volibear, nice idea. Master Yi was able to pull out his own Master Yi champion, but instead opts for the Qiyana into Clockwork, allowing him to draw. Oh, he doesn't opt to draw. He wants to play his Dead Bloom next turn, that's why. He's able to go to 3 now. Very similar hands. I mean, this is orange. Orange is kind of toxic, not gonna lie. Sky Splitter is in hand. Sky Splitter can deal with a lot of things on the board. This is great. We know Dead Bloom's coming next turn, so we need to take over Vilma somehow. Is there a way for us to take over Vilma? I mean, I guess we're gonna have to Sky Splitter or somehow play that Misfortune. Hope to God he doesn't have an On Guard. I mean, that's pretty much it. And if he does, we just Sky Splitter him. Misfortune's coming out. Oh man, this is really bad. Oh, Snapvine came out. Oh man, this is so bad, guys. This is so bad. This is so bad. I don't know why Volibear just did that. He's gonna move back. Why is Volibear doing that? He's conceding a full battlefield every single turn. I don't know why. I mean, I know why. His units are expensive and they're heavy. They're hard to move around. I really don't believe he needed any support. I mean, I don't think the Dead Bloom needed support that last turn. If Blazing Vortex was just sitting in the on the back, right now Volibear would be at 3 and feeling amazing. He would have a Blazing Vortex and a Dead Bloom, and he would play maybe the Snap Vine on top of that Blazing Vortex. Instead, now he's gonna have to fight a uphill battle against this Qiyana, and Qiyana's gonna draw, and then Dead Bloom's gonna land on the board next to him, killing his own Dead Bloom. Oh, Dead Bloom's not coming. I guess it's a Snap Vine instead. Snap Vine that attacks this another Snap Vine, killing each other. And then what? Oh, he unguards his own Snap Vine. Wow, huge. 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 Now he's ahead in points. And he's ahead on the battlefield. Dazzling Aurora is not enough here. But, I mean, it will help. But it's not enough. We actually need the strategy to kill that Qiyana. We don't have... we do have the Sky Splitter still in hand. We're gonna have to shoot her with the Sky Splitter. That's it. There's no other option. And then we're gonna have to come conquer and hope to God Dead Bloom coming out is not gonna break our backs. That's the only way out. This is a tough one, guys, because Volibear can't just sit down in the Obelisk of Power. It just cannot do that. He needs to go and conquer Vilmau. Now, every time he conquers Vilmau, he's going to lose that battle afterwards. But he needs to conquer Vilmau and slow down the Mastery. Let's see how he's going to do that. Is there another Blazing Vortex in hand? No, it's a misfortune. I mean, this is really the best, the other next best thing. It's gonna come out accelerated. We can move back the Dead Bloom. Oh, double misfortune. Oh man, this is so bad. Oh my god, this is so wrong. Why are we giving Master Yi free points? Why is this happening right now? Oh my god. Oh my god. I get we're scared of the Dead Bloom. Oh my god, my head hurts so bad. Oh my god. This is very tough decision making, but I think the right decision was to bring Misfortune accelerated and attack in onto the Qiyana with both, or bring back the Dead Bloom, move the Misfortune forward, restand the Dead Bloom, and then go in with that Dead Bloom onto that Qiyana. I think that was the right decision, but this is not looking really good, especially knowing that the opponent already uses On Guard. This is not really looking good, guys. Volibear is going to play out. Okay, no Dead Bloom, so Mastery doesn't play out the Dead Bloom. Now there's just another Qiyana though to deal with. Mastery's battlefield at this point is kind of unbearable to deal with for Volibear, especially with no Dazzling. We're falling behind steadily. We are at 4 points, but we're steadily falling behind. I hope to God we're at 4, not still at 3. I hope to God we're at 4. No, we're actually at 3. This is scary. There's no way for us to come back, guys. No, we are at 4. We are at 4. Okay, good. So we can come back. We can still come back. No, not with Dazzling. Okay, Volibear is not the worst thing in the world. Yikes! So we just keep conceding that turn. Oh, there it is. Oh my god, are we gonna come forwards? Is this it? Oh my god, this Primal Strength can destroy us though. Primal Strength will break our back. Primal Strength will break our back, and he has the ability to Primal Strength. Okay, nice idea. I'm moving in the Dead Bloom instead of the Volibear. Understanding the risk. And realizing that it was actually a bluff. Qiyana was bluffing the whole time. Master Yi was bluffing, he didn't have Primal Strength. Amazing. Because if he had Primal Strength, he would have won that fight. Alright, we're gonna play the gear for Master Yi. Master Yi has a lot of options here if he wants to. He can't Dead Bloom anymore, but he could do everything else. Windwheeler comes in at 4. Or at 5 because it's by itself with the gear, actually. Snapvine can come in and kill. What are we gonna do here? Master Yi is out. This is so expensive. This is such an expensive battle. I don't think Master Yi takes it. I mean, he has to. He has to take it at this point. Master Yi is falling behind really quickly. Misfortune gave Volibear too much value. There it is. Master Yi is gonna just attack us with as many units as possible. Try to kill his Volibear. Volibear has no real spell response. It's all about numbers here. And there it is. Everything disappears. He leaves the Qiyana till the end because he needs to draw from her. And there's the Sky Splitter. Ah, unfortunate. Very unfortunate. I didn't even think it would come out. There was 0 runes standing up. But there it is. The Volibear is able to completely empty the board. Qiyana had to overextend. Master Yi had to overextend and lost a huge number of his units. And now it feels like Volibear is in the driver's seat here. Has both battlefields on lock with huge units, at least 8 to 10 power in total. No way really for the Master Yi to respond except with his own Dead Bloom to try to take over that battlefield. Unfortunately, it goes to 8 and that's game. GG. Great tournament here. Great play by that Master Yi. Good job, everybody. Great tournament. Great play. This was amazing. Amazing to watch. I'm not gonna lie, guys. We really enjoyed this tournament. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. I thought I was gonna stream for like 5 hours today, but I feel so tired, dude. So excuse me, guys. I'm so sorry, but I feel so tired. I can like barely speak. So do excuse me, guys. I will be back tomorrow. But for now, I think I'm gonna end the stream, guys. I'm so tired. I don't know what happened to me. Like, I'm like crashing out. Peace, everybody. I'm gonna be back tomorrow. I'm gonna be here a little bit earlier, and we'll do like a 4 to 6 hour stream. Stop by. Peace, everybody.